This video is a video on courses and events and conferences in iMIS, taking their registrations. So if a person wants to register for one of our events, and if it's events that they've seen or have seen on our website under the upcoming events, know that some events under the upcoming events are not listed in iMIS, and those events we do not take the registrations for. Even though we market that event on our website, we do not take their events, their registration. So for instance, this course, vestibular rehabilitation, it's a course that's going to be in Pittsburgh, PA. If we scroll down and we look and we try to click on register online, it's going to take us to another website to register, a non-APTA website. So that's a good indicator that that's not one of our events. So, but our events, how we would take registrations for those is again, we find the person that we want to register. So let's say that this person is the person, and we're going to click on, again, Service Central. We want to make sure we have a batch open, and the batch is our batch. And then we're going to, after we click on Service Central, register a customer. Once we click on Register a Customer, next click on New. And then now we need the event code. And to search for the event code, we would click on this magnifying glass, and then the person has to know the date in which the event took place. So let's say we scroll down to the begin date, and let's put in the begin date. Let's put in 05/09/2013. Let's put in that was the date of the event the person's looking for. And we would double check, okay, we would say, okay, Mr. or Mrs., this is the event, Defined Medical Necessities, taking place on May 9th, and they said yes. We would double click that event, and then the event code comes up. Here you can put in PUNK008, that's the default source code, no longer is something that we focus on, but you can put that in. Then you tab over. Now this registration class is the class that the person's record. This person was a non-member, so they're going to get the non-member rate for this event. So then their status is inactive because they're an inactive member. But if we double click here and the price comes up, that means that we have pricing has been set up for that registration class. But let's say that the person was under another registration class. Let's say, let's just choose lobby. If we try to double click and no pricing comes up for this registration class, that means pricing hasn't been set up under that registration class for this event under that registration class. Let's say we put in life. We double click the life category, life member, that category comes up, and we can go ahead and take their registration. But let's switch it back to non-member because that's the registration class the person is currently in. We would only switch that if, let's say, the person was in a pending status, they just renewed their membership, then maybe it showed inactive, it didn't show them as a member, then we would change the registration class to a member status. But for this purpose, okay, we have their registration class, we have the pricing. Now if we go over, we want to double check their email address. We want to double check the email address because the email address is where the confirmation for this event is going to go. Confirmations for events are emailed out on a weekly basis, and so we want to make sure that the person gets their confirmation email. Also, we want to double check the phone number just in case, let's say we have a problem with the email, we get a bounce back, we want to have a phone number to contact that person. Once we have checked the email, go back to the overview, now we know this is the event, this is the pricing, so now we're going to save it. So now once we've saved it, now we're ready to process the customer's request. So once we click that, now okay, this is the event. We're going to click on payment. Just like in orders, you can put in PUNK008, or you can leave it blank. Let's say it's a Discover card, and we would put in the information for that credit card information. Once we put in the credit card information, make sure that we have just one event checked off, or one event or course checked off, and if that's the pricing is correct, now we're going to save it, and then once we save it, we're going to get a confirmation number, and it's going to be processed. And then that's how you would take a registration for an event. You can let the person know that they're going to receive a confirmation. Usually those confirmations are sent out every Friday, but if they have any problems, they can give us a call, and that's it.